Hey, welcome to BeerAmerica.tv. Hey, look who's joining us. It's been a little while. David Little and John Pinkerton. You're always here because
John's
that's sort of what we're doing.
We can't keep him
old hat.
Old hat, yes. And so we're giving props. We've got the Beer America shirt. Thank you for wearing yours.
My pleasure. And
I'm giving props to Moon River, and you just happen to as well because you kind of own it.
He lives in them.
Yeah, he lives in them. That's true. Excellent.
I got Moon River PJs.
Well, there you go. A little too much information, but it's all right. Anyway, so as we...
I have a little flap in the back. That's the moon part of Moon River. Sorry.
Sweet.
I don't actually wear PJs.
No.
Okay, now that's too much information.
Now he's backtracking. We know we do. So anyway, what we do is before we videotape these things, we usually email each other and say, hey, what beer do you have? What beer do you have? And whatever, and we get back and forth, and this is what we decide we're going to do. And so today, you brought a few. And over the next few episodes, actually several episodes around this.
Well, because I've been traveling, I hadn't been available for any of the shoots, I've kind of been stockpiling some things. So yeah, there's a few of them that I've been saving up. And
well, what you got? Come on.
Tonight we're doing, let's get it up close. There we go. It's a Smuttynose Maibock. I'm a big fan of bock beers. I love the malty quality of them, but they're still lagered, so there's some good clean character to it.
And for the juveniles like me, what is a bock beer exactly as far as style goes?
Well, bock is you want to go through the whole story of bock beers and Einbach, and it's basically.
But just somebody in a beer aisle. Somebody in a beer aisle looks at it and says, "What's a bock beer?"
Well, let's start by saying it's not the dregs of the brewing tanks or whatever. Right. There's so much misinformation out there about what makes a beer style.
I mean, that's not dregs. Look at that.
Yeah, that's
beautifully
no
clear.
way.
Yeah.
A bock beer is basically a German strong lager, or German style strong lager.
Right.
And Maibock in particular is the Mai part is Maibock.
Right.
And the idea is that they would have brewed this much earlier in the season to lager until spring. So this would be the beer that they would use to celebrate spring, historically.
Okay. Beginning of the harvest, it's typically it's a little stronger than they like the stronger beers at the beginning of the year.
The only information you're going to get on BeerAmerica.tv, by the way. So, I mean, all the other sites are good, but that's really good information because I have no idea. I had no idea what Maibock was. You just brought the table. But this is
a great great sample because this just throws off enormous amounts of grain, malty. It's like, to me, this just screams Munich malt.
Yep.
The grain,
which is my favorite malt right now. I mean, I'm a big fan of Munich malt. Actually, my other beer is actually John's Tater, which is 100% Munich malt, and I wait for it every year because it is 100% Munich malt. I love it.
But one of the big differences between that and this is that that's a kind of a lighter and almost like an English mild, low alcohol beer. So it's got that malt snappiness, but when you start piling on the malt, with any kind of malt really, you really start to get the rich end of that malt character, and when you start really piling on the Munich malt, you just get this honey, it's like a really dense loaf of bread.
Sure.
You get that kind of honey note there.
Yeah, if you look at the color, it even has kind of a honey color to it. It's just a beautiful color, and it's crystal clear, and that's that lagering, which really lets everything, all the proteins and the yeast, everything drops out of it. You get this beautifully clear beer.
Now we've talked about this in a number of other episodes.
Your honey bock. It really reminds me of the honey bock you guys brew here.
A little bit, well, for sure, because that malt character and sort of that honey note. But the one thing that I always come back to is that the integration of the alcohol content. Like, what is the alcohol content here?
I don't even.
I don't know, actually, but we will have put it up already at the beginning of the video because I'll do a little research.
We'll say 7.2.
7.2? All right, that's a guess.
It's too high. That's too high. It's a little less than that. I don't remember what it is.
Well, one of the marks of a great bock beer, or really any strong beer, is again that whole idea of the alcohol being well integrated enough to not really be so apparent.
Right.
That kind of sneaky.
It doesn't taste like, even though it says right on the label, the Smuttynose Big Beer Series. It tastes big in flavor, but it doesn't certainly taste big in alcohol.
Exactly. Yep.
Yeah, I feel a little bit of the heat on the palate, but I don't. It's certainly I don't smell it, and I mean this is just a malt-driven beer.
It's delicious.
Beautiful stuff.
It's a delicious,
Big flavor.
delicious beer.
Excellent.
Yeah, it's another. We've been doing a little bit of the Northeast here. So this is a New Hampshire beer.
Okay.
And a lot of folks, you may know Smuttynose IPA, which is the one they're really most famous for. The two grumpy old men sitting in lounge chairs. But some of their specials are
appropriate.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, actually, I look a lot like one of those grumpy old men. But yeah, some of their special beers out of Smuttynose are really some of the best things that I've ever had. And this is
really nice. I've seen it on the beer aisle. Never taken the dive, so this is really nice.
Well worth it if you like, especially if you like that clean lager style.
Yep.
And you want to kind of up the ante from the whole kind of Pilsner range.
Absolutely.
A lot of the same characters here, but just a lot more of them, much richer.
Yep. Yep.
Lovely stuff.
Very nice, David Little. Thank you for bringing it aboard.
My pleasure.
Very artsy label too.
Like many of the beers that I bring, it's tough for me to share.
Well,
So
I have to. You'll see that.
only with you guys.
Yeah. Well, we appreciate it.
Cheers.
Prost. Group hug.
Any questions?
Yeah,
It's
Prost. Yeah, good job.
David at
BeerAmerica.tv.
Paul at BeerAmerica.tv.
Pink at BeerAmerica.tv.
Pink at BeerAmerica.tv. So,
Nobody
gentlemen,
never sends me any messages.
nobody sends you?
Do you intercept my messages?
I don't, but I always forward you.
I think he
stuff.
responds as you.
I respond.
Oh, you're
Yeah,
supposed to respond to him.
Yeah. I never really liked you. Stop watching the show, John Pinkerton.
At least one of you watching this video, send John an email. He's feeling left out.
Pink at BeerAmerica.tv.
I have gotten forwarded some emails that came to Beer America.
From me, because I answer all my emails. I always
Which
answer.
I probably didn't answer either. It's so covered up.
I answer.
Sweet. Yeah, he doesn't ever get back to me. That's cool. All right. Prost.
Prost. Cheers.